Hello again. Welcome to another ridiculous bullshit vlog with Katie over there and Raquel right here. Um, so hopefully you watched our previous video, Bedtime Stories. This is another part of that. This time I picked my best friend, Jessie. If you did not watch the previous video, go watch it. I don't want to explain it again. So
This is really for our amusement.
this is really for our amusement. I'm sorry. This is gonna be horrible again. But who knows? Might amuse you too. It's really late. Maybe you'll have a good time with it. So I don't know this guy's name. Jesse. Jesse is his name. So I'm gonna warn you. This might get a little graphic. If you are a small child, you should probably not watch this.
We'll skip the really icky parts.
Yeah, we'll try to skip the worst parts. So don't worry too much about it. Alright then, here we go. You walk over to the hat nervously and pull out a number. Number 2. Number 2? You call out. You see that no one gets up at first, but then you feel yourself being lifted into the arms of someone. You look up and smile. It's your best friend Jesse. He laughs and says, "Let's get busy." You laugh and say, "Yummy." God, this is horrible. He opens the closet door and walks with you inside, closing it behind him. "So, you want to fuck on the floor or on the wall?" You laugh and say, "Wall, definitely." He puts on a thoughtful face and asks, "So how fast are you hoping for me to go?" You laugh again and say, "At least 100 to 200 miles an hour. I take no less than that." He laughs and this time says, "Okay, let's go." He growls and grabs you as you yelp and laugh. At the same time, apparently. He grabs you by the ass and you gasp. "Get your hands off my ass, Jesse." He smiles and complies. Then he pushes you against the wall and begins to dry hump you. You laugh.
Jonas Brothers do that? Never mind, keep going.
What? Now Katie's talking about the Jonas Brothers. I'm sorry.
I've heard stories.
He pushes you against the wall and begins to dry hump you. You laugh, blushing, and say, "Okay, enough, Jesse." He's a really good-looking guy. Tall and strong. But you know he's your best friend. And you're afraid that if you tell him how you feel... God, these people do not know how to use grammar. You won't feel the same way, and it will end up killing the awesome friendships you have with him. You smile at him. He smiles at you. Then still holding you in his arms, he says, "Well, let's do what we came here to do, baby." Oh, God.
Did you really say baby?
No, he didn't. I just added that in. Thanks, Katie. He smiles nervously and slowly comes in and kisses you. He pulls away and lets you down when you realize that he's blushing. You gasp and ask, "Jesse, are you blushing?" He smiles nervously again and says, "That's what happens when I kiss beautiful ladies like yourself." He smiles and says, "Please, woman, you're fucking gorgeous." You blush at his compliment and then decide to take a risk. You lean up and you kiss him again, this time harder. You begin to pull back, but you start to feel his hands go up to your back and you push into him. You start to make out and then feel him lifting you up again. God, you realize that this time he's keeping your hands off his ass like the fuck you should. He pushes you against the wall, your legs wrapped around his waist. You smile and grab his hand, placing them on your ass. He smiles and says, "Sorry about the delay there. What happened to ass restrictions?" You laugh and say, "They've been forgotten for the moment." Yeah.
I love you.
He smiles and begins to kiss you harder. You put your hands at his chest and begin to unbutton his shirt.
Apparently,
"Are you sure?" You smile and say, "Never been more sure in my life." He grins and reaches for your shirt. He takes off your shirt carefully and then reaches for your bra, smiling. You know, I've known you for more than 8 years. More than any guy has known you. I have never once seen your boobs. I mean,
Really?
I've dreamt about them, but I've never actually seen them. You smile and say, well, this is no dream. This is a reality. Oh, God.
It's a gay queen.
Seriously. Wow. So this is a reality. And you're about to see more of me.
Man, this
He
girl's
looks-
a whore.
Yeah, this girl is not good. He looks up at you and asks, are you a virgin? You frown and nod. He smiles. Yes, you've chosen well, my little butterfly. Your innocence is in the best hands. You laugh and say, I wouldn't dream of giving it to anyone but you.
Oh my god.
He smiles and finally takes off your bra. Then he starts doing things with your boobies. I'm gonna skip this part. I'm gonna skip that part. I'm gonna skip that part. I'm definitely gonna skip that part.
So basically,
This is some hardcore shit.
So basically, they have
So
sex.
so they're having sex. The blah blah blah. You're crying because it's your first time. Isn't that cute? Just when you got used to it, the door opens and 20 eyes are looking at you.
Oh.
You hear a sudden gasp from me as I quickly close the door. You stand up and start to get dressed while he stands in the corner looking at his penis until it goes down. Does that work? I have never heard of a guy flicking his penis to get it to go down. He usually just tries to like hide it in his pants somehow.
So if that actually is something that happens, please tell us. We'd like to know.
We'd
We're
like to
two
know
girls.
if some guy flicks his penis to get it to go down. He smiles at you, and you smile back. Then embarrassed, you two walk out and ignore all the hoots and hollers as you two sit down. Then he holds your hand tight for the rest of the party. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that a happy ending? Don't you just enjoy that? I know I do. That's it. That's how it ends.
That one was lame.
That was really lame. So, the flicking the penis thing, I've never heard of that. Usually, I have a lot of guy friends, so I know how this situation goes. Usually they just kind of like
Think of
tuck
something,
it up into the
Yeah.
waistband.
or they think of something really gross.
Well, yeah,
I've heard
but
that
no,
one.
my friend Jimmy one time, he popped one in the middle of language arts class. Sorry, this is off topic. He popped one in the middle of language arts class, and we were trying to get it to go down for like 10 minutes, like old lady boobs and stuff like that. And yeah, we were talking to him about old lady boobs for real. We're trying to get to this to go down, and finally class is over, and Jimmy says, "Fuck it," gets up, walks out, and this kid is not
Small.
he's not a small guy, let's say, and he walks next to me down the whole hall, and I could not get him to walk on the other side, and everybody's looking at me and looking at him, and my god, that was awkward. Anyway, I'm going to stop this from being awkward for you, and I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. I apologize. I'll see you next time, bitches.